Hey, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. So, I just finished Wonder Egg Priority, and I just had to make a video about it. I am disgusted. Check this out. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I need to collect myself, and then we'll get into it. So, every season, we get a list of anime and we see so many returns. We see older anime getting redone. We see anime getting a new shot. And for winter 2021, which I would say was a pretty good season, we got Horimiya, World Trigger, Skate, Beastars, Slime the second season, Attack on Titan. It was such a really pretty good season. I wouldn't really complain about it. It had a lot of bangers. It had a lot of good shows that I could appreciate, and a lot of shows that I was excited for, and some surprisers that came through. And there were so many different anime to sift through and watch and get somewhat entertainment for and to venture into. And one such anime that broke out that I was super interested. I was absolutely floored by how great the animation looked, how interesting the characters looked, and the concept that was shown in its little bit of what I saw through the internet and through some of the blogs and memes everywhere. One such anime, written by Shinji Nojima, Wonder Egg Priority. I was super excited for this anime. Like, I loved the animation, I loved the fights, I loved that it wasn't necessarily a kid's show. It was pretty adult in some of its themes, and it had very realistic looking blood, even though it was like multicolored and stuff like that. And I was super excited to watch this. Like, it's very hard for me as someone who reads manga. Like, I usually just read manga. I watch anime sparingly whenever I feel like it, or whenever I just feel like just doing that adventure and giving up 30 minutes or maybe hours of my time. So Wonder Egg Priority was perfect. I thought it was going to be great. But Wonder Egg Priority is a prime example of why I don't get invested in anime as much as I used to.
エッグ買うの。え？考えてみればちえみのやつは勝手に死んだんだ。そりゃ確かに原因は私かもしれない。でも死ぬのなんて反則だし、そこまで責任感じる必要ある？
So let's get into why I'm mad, and well, let's not actually do that. Let's start with the good points. The good things about Wonder Egg Priority is the animation is on point. The fights, the concept was incredible. It had so much psychological drama, and we're beginning to understand the girls, and we're beginning to understand the world that they live in. And it was quirky, it was cool, and it tackled a lot of very serious topics, and it did it in a fascinating way. And the power system, the way they had to deal with their own issues and at the same time protect and save others. And I loved how the people that they saved were already dead, so in a sense they were saving others to save themselves, which is pretty dope. There's so many theories within this that I was blown apart by. Like, Japan has a really interesting way of dealing with trauma and showcasing it, and also visually making something appealing while dealing with a lot of very deep and dark ideas. The show got me when it was like these girls are fighting to revive their friends and they have to go face themselves. Like, I loved everything about it, and the show started off with some bangers. So I have mainly nothing but compliments for the concept of Wonder Egg Priority. I have nothing but compliments for the animation, but the writing is where it became the issue, because it was such an interesting concept, and I don't know what the fuck happened. This show went off the rails so quickly. Within 7 episodes, you're just like, I see how this is just gonna fuck up. Like, the show No, I won't even say 7 episodes. It went great until 9 episodes. 9 episodes when it was getting towards 12, and that's where I have an issue with anime more often. Once it starts to go towards 12 episodes, you see the cracks within the story. You see the cracks within how they're trying to write this, how they're trying to squeeze content, and how they're trying to make the show continue and be tidied up within 12 episodes.
近づくなっつってんだよ
And the anime just takes a nosedive after 9 episodes. Like, the last 3 episodes, we have very gruesome and very traumatic things, and then we have confrontation between the characters because one of the main characters finishes their mission, and something traumatic happens the moment she finishes, and her statue of her friend who committed suicide vanishes. We never really find out if the friend is revived. We never find that out. We literally never see it. We just see her going through this traumatic event, and that's it. We never find out if anyone else's friend comes back to life. We never find out. We never find out if the teacher, the painting teacher, is actually good or bad. He just wants to date her mom. Like, and he's gonna become a full-time painter. That's literally it. There's nothing else we find out. This show is so unsatisfying because we don't find out anything. And the last moment is just nothing. It's literally just nothing. Like, I'm so angry because I was excited. Like, when I saw this preview, I was like, holy shit, I have to watch this. And it's very, very, very rare for me to get out of my seat for an anime. Something for an anime that I haven't seen the manga of, I just go watch the anime.
さんの方か誘惑したでしょって
俺は祝福してるよ。
嘘
Like, I'm tight. Like, it's because I was excited, and I'm not necessarily angry at, I guess, the show, because this happens a lot in anime. That's why I switched over to manga. I didn't like incomplete stories. I hate when something isn't told fully, and I hate when I'm left with so many questions. I have so many questions about Wonder Egg Priority. And if it does get a second season, what would be the point? If they're gonna botch it this bad. Like, the show really did not explore the concepts. It didn't really break down the powers. It gave some half-assed explanations for so many different ideas that were expressed throughout the anime, but we never got any consolation. We never got any solace. Of course, these girls have worked through their trauma, but when they work through their trauma, they get more trauma because their pets are basically eaten, and one girl literally had their pet fed to them. That is traumatic and truly gruesome, and I was like marveling at how cool it kind of looked. Cool in like a grotesque way, but the show just ended horribly. I rather a guarantee of a second season, which basically gives me an incomplete story, than what Wonder Egg Priority did, where it just tried to tie in so many loose ends at once, so the last episode just literally feels like they're scrambling to make sense and have some amalgamation of understanding, because the final person that Oito has to save is literally herself, and I'm like, okay. And then in that moment, it's like a parallel world of her saving herself, because in a parallel world she killed herself. It's like, bro, what? Where did that come from? And it's so confusing. And then the Warriors of Eros, like, what? Where are all these concepts? And then Thanatos is supposedly mentioned throughout the anime, but we never see them. And then the main villain ends up being Frill, and I'm like, what? And then they have warriors that are supposed to fight against Thanatos, and I'm like, dog, what is going on? It's all so very confusing. Like, what did this anime do in the last 4 episodes? And I keep saying 3, but it's really 4, is a crime against humanity. Seriously, it was a crime, and I just feel betrayed because I was so interested. The concept was there, the animation was there, the characters were pretty cool, and I was like really interested in some of the more deeper thoughts and ideas and plots, and it seemed so interesting. And it was one of those great weird Japanese animes that had a lot of potential, and it just got ruined. it got destroyed for me. Like, I'm so heated about this, and like I just had to make a video. So check this out. That's it. I appreciate you guys. Do you share how I feel? Have you watched Wonder Egg Priority? I totally recommend this to you so you can feel my anger, and then you can tell me why you feel the same anger as I do. Regardless, have a great day.